Recorded Books presents Dark is the Night, a Death in Texas Western by William W. Johnstone and J. A. Johnstone, narrated by John Little. Chapter 1. Leon Armstrong turned when he heard the door open to discover the now familiar image of Cullen McCabe in the doorway. Armstrong hurried to the telegraph window to fetch a telegram from the drawer. "Mornin', Mr. McCabe," he greeted him. "Mornin'," Cullen returned. "Mr. Thornton over at the store said you have a telegram for me." "That's right, I do," Armstrong said. "It came in day before yesterday. I told Ronald to let you know if you came into the store in case I didn't see you." He handed an envelope to Cullen and stood waiting, hoping Cullen might comment on the message. When he failed to do so, Armstrong commented, "We like to deliver telegrams as soon as we can, but with you not living in town, nothing we can do but hold it till we see you." "No problem," Cullen said as he folded the telegram and stuck it in his pocket. Armstrong was itching inside with curiosity about the quiet man whom no one in the little town of Two Forks knew anything about, except him. And the only thing he knew was that, from time to time, Cullen McCabe received a wire asking him to report to Michael O'Brien in Austin. The telegrams never said what the meetings were about, and the reason Armstrong was so curious was the fact that O'Brien was the governor's aide. Of course, Ronald Thornton had dealings with McCabe, but according to Thornton, they always consisted of a minimum of words to place an order for supplies. The only noticeable difference in the size of his orders was whenever they came after he had received one of these telegrams from the governor's office. And as Thornton had predicted, when Cullen returned to his store, after picking up his telegram, he placed a larger order for supplies than he normally did. Being the speculator that Thornton was, he guessed that the quiet man of few words had gotten another notice to travel. When Cullen had completed his order, Thornton thanked him for the business, then commented, "From the size of that order, I'd figure you were fixin' to take a little trip." "Is that so?" Cullen replied, and gathered up his purchases without further comment. "I can give you a hand with those," Thornton offered. "Thanks just the same," McCabe said, "but it's no bother. I'll just make a couple of trips. That way you won't have to stand out there holding 'em while I pack 'em in the sacks on my pack horse." As he said, he left half of the supplies on the counter while he rearranged his packs, then returned to get the rest as Clara Thornton came into the store. "Ma'am," he said politely as he passed her on his way out. When McCabe was out the door and in no danger of hearing him, Thornton greeted his wife. "He's on the road again," he said. "Did he tell you that?" Clara asked, every bit as curious about the man as was her husband. "He didn't have to," Thornton insisted. "I could tell by the order he placed. I knew when Leon said he had another one of those telegrams from the governor that McCabe would be getting ready to travel." "Huh," Clara snorted. "Maybe he just ain't planning to come into town for a while," she offered sarcastically. "I declare, you and Leon Armstrong will have everybody in town thinking Cullen McCabe is some kind of mystery man, just because he doesn't talk much." "Is that so?" Thornton replied, standing at the front window now. "Then how come he's headed straight to the blacksmith?" "Maybe he needs something from Graham Price," Clara suggested, again sarcastically.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.